Hey guys, it's John646 here again, and today we're doing a little bit different style of video instead of the regular city build on Monday. Today we're actually doing a city tour. So this is one of the cities I've built while playing Skylines. This is one I'm actually still working on. So I'm just going to give you guys a little tour of it, and like what I'm going to be using from this city in my series, like what styles I'm going to be using. So we're going to start off here in downtown. I tried to go with like in the central core, I tried to go with a grid, but not a set grid. So like there's these little squares every so often, or like a mixture of big and small blocks. This is just to kind of break it up. And I also went with one-way streets. There's only two two-way streets in my downtown. There are three, and those are the main avenues. Most of the downtown is a lot of it's Rico, which is I use a lot of the Rico buildings to get the skyline, but I also do use some of the vanilla buildings and use plot durables for that. So, and then kind of moving out, this is a large map here. So it's very developed, and I've developed a good portion of the map here in the center. So as you can see in this area, I've kind of gone, this was more of like a set grid built after the main parts of the city here were built. So this would be like kind of like New York, yeah, the financial district, which is very abstract and not very planned. But then after that, you just have this planned grid, which is kind of what I went for. So through here, I did a lot of high density residential. And then over here, off to this side, is a industrial area. So I tried to get a good mix of residential, industrial, and office. And then here we start getting into the low density. So we have some low density residential here. And then here's the main college. It's a trade school college. I've maxed it out. It's at the max. It's a prestigious. It's at the max. So it's a pretty big college. I built it probably in the beginning of the city. So yeah, and then we have two sports arenas here, which are both with the college. And then up here we also have another basketball arena. So then here in this area, in this little island, I decided to do more like one of the main things I did was put in this like shopping center here with like these, just to get that like really urban feel. And then here I did like a housing development, like a public housing development. And over here on this side of the river, we did a area of high density residential here, just off the river's edge, and then low density all through here, and then another little industrial area with some office. Moving over here, this is our like main industrial area. It consists of 7 unique factories. I'm going for like just a very industrial feel here with the like oil tanks and warehouses. 8 unique factories, and then another large factory development there. Then coming over here, this is like another suburb. We have a farm area here. So like a farm industry area. And then here we just have a large school, which I worked on a lot. We have a NASA's High School by King Leno. And then a public library, and then more King Leno assets for the fields. I like King Leno, he's one of my favorite guys. for assets. And then just town surrounding it. Over here we have another little town here, and then we have the oil industry area. Up here is our ore industry area. We have a lot of these large ore mines stacked on top of each other. So this is what this looks like for the breakdowns. And then here's another large area. This is another suburb of the main city going around. I'm going to build, so then some of my future plans for the city. Up here I want to build another city with a little skyline. So that's going to be up here. And kind of in, I haven't really decided yet, but I want to, I think in this area here, in between the highway and these two large roads, I want to put in a university. And then probably right here, or no, not there. I'm probably over either in this area or over here, most likely over here. We're gonna be putting a large airport. And over here, this is like another little city I'm working on, which is gonna be like one of those cities gonna be off in the distance. So here there's a trade school. So there's a trade school here, so that's another college that's in the city. And then over here, this is going to be more of like a New England type city, so we're going to put a bunch of these low density tenements in this area and coming over here. And then there's going to be low density housing out on this peninsula and kind of over here. And then there's going to be like a gap here between the two cities. And up here, this is going to be like a tourist district. So up here, I just built this little town. Oh, Jesus. What happened here? Yeah, but so I just built this little town up here, which I'm going to be doing some more work on in the future. So that's really it for this city right now. Oh, and then up here, I forgot, we have this forest industry area. But so now I'm just going to give you the overlay. This is our traffic. You have a 66% traffic flow, which you can see in the main city, all the large roads are cluttered, but then the side roads are pretty clear. It's kind of what I was going for throughout the entire city. I just don't know what's going on here. It's been a little traffic jam there, but I want to try to push most of the traffic on the main roads and keeping it off these other roads. And one of the ways I fixed that was I would make these all one way. So if you wanted to get this as here, you would have to go on this road. And then too, that's hard. If you want to go over here, if you want to get from this road over there, you have to go on the main road. So that's how we did that. And then in terms of transport, we have a very extensive bus and train system. These are all the bus lines. We have 7 bus lines throughout the entire city. And then these are all the train lines we have in the city. The trains, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 train stations throughout the city, which that bears the brunt of our mass transit. See, these are all the lines. It took me over an hour to do all the train lines. See here, this is our public transport and how that pans out. Pollution, we really only have pollution in certain areas. Very, very low amounts of pollution. And you can see for levels here, most stuff is at the max level in the center as it's been going for a while. But then some of these are still at the lowest level. Here's my leisure. You can see the downtown has a lot of leisure buildings, but I haven't really put in like that many parks and stuff, so it's not that high. And it's happiness. Almost all of our citizens are happy, so that's good. And then land value. You can see right around here in the downtown, it's a very high land value, and going all through here, but then here we have some lower land value out here, and here's just kind of the lowest. You can get land for dirt cheap out here. But and then education, we need more universities, so that's why I have the other university plan. But I just need to expand my education system, which is also something I'm focusing on as I work with the city. And this is just the natural resource distribution. That was just the industry areas. This is the natural resource. You can see where all my natural resources are. See up here, and then here's a large area of farmland. But then I also want to put in a lot of farmland around here as well. But so that's kind of the overview of the city. It's Rockdale. I tried to make it a northeastern style city. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like and be sure to subscribe.